Welcome back to the Success Partner, our podcast, and I am your host, Daya Naef, and we have today Nicole Wright of Wright Accounting Solutions. So, Nicole, I've met you through various networking events in Northern Virginia and have learned a little bit about what you do, and I'm so happy to have you on the podcast today. Just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, well, I started my business in 2015 at a time where the economy was a little iffy. I was working for a government contractor at the time and wasn't sure where my position was going to be. I thought I was going to get sliced and diced and laid off, but actually the opposite happened. I was promoted and I still kept my business. I started in bookkeeping. I went to school for accounting and I ended up getting my MBA. So at the time that the economy was down, I needed the cash flow. So that's where Wright Accounting Solutions was born. So while I was continuing to work full time in the government contracting industry within the accounting field, I was still growing my business one client at a time. I didn't have a focus at that time until COVID hit. And so when COVID hit, I was questioning myself why I was stuck in the basement with three kids taking school virtually. And I wanted to know what am I going to do with this business? What am I going to do with the career that I thought I was growing? My goal was to become the accounting director of the department I was working. However, we got acquired by a different government contractor, and my position was in question again. And so I said, I'm tired of this. Let me decide what I'm going to do in my business. And so at that moment, I decided to invest in myself and make a promise to go full time in 3 years. And I did it. So I went full time as of this year. I cut my 9 to 5 job in December of last year, and I'm never looking back. I shouldn't say never, but um, I'm not. I am not looking back. I am enjoying this entrepreneurship journey. It's not for the faint of heart. You definitely have to have motivation, ambition, and find your tribe that can help be there to support you through those good times and those bad times, because you definitely experience a lot of bad times. But I will tell those that it is a jungle, and in the jungle we will thrive. So with that in my business, so I started out in bookkeeping. COVID was a great thing for me because there was a lot of businesses starting up at that point in time, and a lot of business owners needed guidance. They needed guidance on how to set up their accounting system, what to do after it's set up, where do they go from their profits, how to understand to read their P&L, their balance sheets, to getting loans. The PPPs were a hit during that time. So, of course, you need to have your financials together. So, I just pivot my business into more CFO advisory, and that just continued to build on top of each other. And I invested in business coaches, training programs, and just continue to build on that knowledge and share that knowledge with my clients and doing different workshops.
That's
Yes.
wonderful. That just warms my heart when you're like, oh, I just decided I was going to be an entrepreneur and I'm doing it and I'm building the plane while I'm flying it. And then tell me a little bit about your methodology, your profit right, profit now program.
Yeah, so I take it to I love listening to Tori Dunlap, Dave Ramsey, and I've also read the book Profit First.
Mhm.
And so with that, I know within the personal life, I've always had different buckets of money. Like I had money for the kids, I had money for the bills, I had money for trips. And so after I read the Profit First book, I said, oh, I can do this in my business. And so I implemented some of those strategies, and those strategies help build. I would say my focus at that time was payroll because I really wanted to hire someone so that way I could get more time back in my day. And so I started building a reserve for payroll. So I used a profit first method, and I started putting a percentage of money aside every month, like either once a month, twice a month, or whenever I had that influx of money that come in, I just started putting in these different buckets. And from there, I was able to check my accounts and say, okay, now I'm ready to hire. But this method has just been very successful for a lot of my clients. It's definitely a strategy to use, so that way you can measure how much you're spending in your business and being able to control the cost and being able to pay yourself, because that's the reason why we go into business is to pay ourselves. A lot of business owners
Yeah.
are not paying themselves, so
Yeah.
we have to pay ourselves. Yes.
We just bought ourselves another job. Great.
Right, exactly, exactly. But no, we need to enjoy the fruits of our labor.
Absolutely, absolutely. And a business to where if the owner's not on the payroll, then you don't really have a sellable business. You don't have anything that's
Right,
an asset to move forward.
right.
Wonderful. What do you do for fun? What do you do in your spare time?
Oh gosh, in my spare time, if I'm not ziplining on a roller coaster or doing
Ooh.
something crazy, I'm, I'm typically at home watching, gosh, comedy. I love listening to jazz music. I love visiting I'm in the wine country, so I love to visit the different wineries. Gosh, and spending time with my kids. Yes.
Awesome. Yeah. How old are your kids?
I have a 22-year-old, 21, and my youngest is 16. They keep
Oh,
me going.
wonderful. Yeah,
I have adult
absolutely.
kids. Let me
Yeah,
just say that. So I
growing up
love this
kids.
stage. Yes, I love this stage because now we can do everything together. I can even do wine tastings with my older kids.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's beautiful. It's a beautiful area of the country, that northern
hmm
Virginia. Wonderful. Well, I know you've got a couple of workshops coming up. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yes, so I do have my own workshop coming up on August 21st at 11, and this workshop is for small businesses in the service-based industries, and this is to help you understand how to measure the health of your business. So just doing a little check-in now that we're almost 8 months into the year. So how are we going to end the year? What do our numbers look like so we know what goals to focus on instead of not just looking at. A lot of business owners like to look at their reports and not have a clue what they're looking at or where to take that information, how to grow from it. So that's what my workshop is going to be built on, and it's going to be an interactive workshop, so it's not just going to be me showing a presentation. It's going to be you doing work and calculating your numbers. So you just have to come prepared with your financials and be able to calculate those. And I'm there to help you along the way.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, this is when people really kick it in gear at this time of year. And is
Yes.
that an in-person workshop or is that going to be
No, this is
online?
Zoom. It's
Oh,
going to be a
wonderful.
Zoom workshop. Yes. So I'm hoping to start doing more workshops in person because it's so much better being in person. You can learn more in person.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Yeah.
fun. And maybe you can host it at one of those wineries. That would be that would be nice.
Yes, yes. And I'm also hosting a workshop for the CEO Women's Summit. It's our fourth annual summit. I know there's a few tickets left, so if you're familiar with CEO Consulting Group, I will be doing a workshop there as well.
Awesome. Yeah. And we're delighted to have you September 5th at Lawyers Happy Hour. So, Nicole is going to come on our monthly program, which is on Zoom, which is a happy hour that always has a speaker. And so that's going to be the 5th. It's 7 Eastern, 6 Central. And all this information is going to be in the show notes. And I'm going to put this out so that we can get some more wonderful information from Nicole. Um, yeah, so this has been great getting to know you. How do we find you when we want to get in touch with you, Nicole?
Yes, so you can look me up on LinkedIn. I know there's a lot. My name is so common, so you can look me up under Nicole Wright. I do use MBA after my name, or you can just solely look up Wright Accounting Solutions on LinkedIn. You will find me there as well, and I'm on Facebook and Instagram. So you can just look up Wright Accounting Solutions, and you will find me.
Awesome, awesome. And I will put all those connections in the show notes. So thanks everybody for listening. This has been another episode of the Success Partner Podcast. I'm your host, Daya Naef, and do subscribe to stay in touch.